guys, and welcome back to the Indie Spotlight here on the Fronsman Productions YouTube channel. If you're new to the series, this is where I take a look at independent movies to help shine a spotlight on some amazing talent out there making indie films. Today we're going to be talking about the short horror comedy Jacob's Little Helper. Jacob's Little Helper was directed by Richard Russell and stars Heather Bales as Adrienne Palmer, aka Jacob's Little Helper. The movie is shot in the style of a Dateline interview where host Roy Wiend, played by James L. Edwards, dives deep into the inner workings of how Adrienne is able to help serial killer Jacob Vorsky commit mass murder. As you can tell, this horror comedy doesn't hold back on spoofing popular horror slasher franchises, with Jacob Vorsky standing in for everybody's favorite hockey mask killer, Jason Voorhees. In addition, the movie also plays fun at some other franchise killers such as Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, and more, with parody versions being mentioned throughout the film. The movie also does a great job poking fun at some of the common tropes within slasher films, such as resurrecting the killer for endless sequels, reboots, and the movie even covers copycat killers. However, that's all I'll say about the story to avoid any major spoilers. Instead, let's talk about some of the behind-the-scenes aspects that went into the filmmaking behind Jacob's Little Helper. The movie was originally made as part of the 21 Days of Horror competition in Cleveland, and I was actually part of this production team, both on set as the camera operator and in post helping out with the color grading. We shot this film almost entirely within the span of one day running a 2-camera setup. This was easy to do since both myself and Rich have Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4Ks to be able to match our shots in post. This essentially doubles the amount of coverage that we can get while cutting the time it takes to shoot the movie in half. This is a technique that I like to use on a lot of projects whenever I can get someone else to come out who has the same camera as I do, as when you're working on a low-budget indie film, you need to be able to get as much coverage as you can in as little of an amount of time as possible, since it is very difficult to schedule people to get everyone together at the same time. In fact, the only parts of this film that were not shot on the same day are the scenes that feature Allison Marie Rogers when she discovers the lost tape at her door, as these scenes were added later as part of Richard Russell's director's cut of this movie. One of the filmmaking aspects that I really want to highlight in this video is the editing techniques that Richard Russell employed, as this was done in the style of a Dateline interview, sort of a documentary filmmaking style. The other scenes that were shot throughout the movie, apart from the interview, were cut together as B-roll, similarly to the editing that you would use if you were making a documentary for television. Shooting in the format of a mockumentary essentially really does help Jacob's Little Helper stand apart from other parodies of slasher movies that you might have seen in the past. I think that this is a great example for independent filmmakers to watch to see how you can take different genres and twist them together to create something that feels unique and original while still playing homage and scratching that itch of some of the main common tropes that you would expect to see within the different genres of film. Playing with genre is a really great way to differentiate yourself as a filmmaker while still, following certain rules and guidelines in order to make that genre work and what audiences would expect from that genre. And I think that Jacob's Little Helper does such a great job of doing a horror slasher and mockumentary and kind of combining that into one that really does play homage to both genres. You can watch Jacob's Little Helper right now on YouTube, and as always, I'm gonna link down in the description so you can go and check that out. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you here today. Remember, if you like this content and you want to see even more videos on independent filmmaking, then you know what to do. You need to subscribe. You need to hit that like button, and you need to smash that bell for notifications so you don't miss any videos here on the Fronsman Productions YouTube channel. And for all you indie filmmakers out there, you want me to talk about your movie right here on the Indie Spotlight, all you got to do is down in the comments, let me know what is the name of your movie and where can I stream it, and I'll add that to my watch list to talk about here in a future episode. But anyway, guys, as always, until next time, that's a wrap.